Technique does not matter. Real gains come from a squat plug. Okay, real talk, technique is one thing that a lot of lifters focus on, but there are a few mistakes a lot of lifters make with it. They often seek perfection, which is the enemy of progress. They also are bad at telling what actually is or isn't good form. Due to all the misinformation out there and how we are all different, what works great for one lifter can be terrible for another. On top of that, the way people try to change their form is oftentimes inefficient. Let's go over each of these issues. First off, there is no one perfect form. Look at elite powerlifters and you can find people who lift huge weights with vastly different forms on the same lift. That is because everybody is built different, and what is most efficient for each person will look very different. Getting worried about not fitting some ideal form from a lifter who probably has elite leverages to let them have an aesthetic quote-unquote perfect form is just going to hold you back. Beyond that, many think bad form will lead to injury, but the truth is the link between form and injury is much more complex. It has more to do with how different tissues are loaded with different forms. With proper load management, no form is inherently dangerous. I have a video linked below that goes over that. But beyond that, how do we know what is or isn't good form? Well, simply put, we can see what does or doesn't work for us. Seems simple, huh? Well, it is and isn't at the same time. So many people will see a fault in their lift, my backgrounds, and then they get stuck at lockout, for example, and think it's an issue. But the thing is, their back rounding is because they can't get the bar off the floor otherwise. If they stopped rounding their back, they just lift less weight overall, even if they fixed the lockout issue. Your motor cortex is very efficient. If you imitate the form your body naturally does at maximal weights, it will often be what is most efficient for you. And otherwise, just try something, see if it lets you lift more or not. Simple. Something else that can help you lift more is an Odyssey Benchmat. Odyssey makes these non-slip mats that you can apply to any bench press to allow you to have better friction, lead to better leg drive, and tightness. This is a game changer, especially for those on commercial gym benches, or even those in powerlifting gyms like me who have bench pads that have been worn out and slippery from heavy use. You can get 10% off with code MATTVENA, link below in the description and pinned comment. Thank you to Odyssey. Now back to form. There are still some things you can do to improve form and cues your body won't do naturally without learning. For example, not many people will properly pull slack without taking the time first to learn how to do it consciously. So how do we efficiently work cues and form changes like this? Well, first, focus on one cue at a time. It's quicker and more efficient, plus easier, to execute properly one cue at a time in succession than try to half-ass two at once. Plus, you won't be overthinking while you're lifting, harming your strength. You can further help by having variations that naturally work a cue, like paw squats to learn control at the bottom of a squat. Plus, it's why I like keeping the SBD work more submaximal, lets you easier practice changes. Though remember, you still want to make sure the cue works at higher weights once you have it down. It's easy to make practically anything feel good at lighter weights. You need to challenge it eventually. Via the pinned comment and description for to contact me for coaching and programs, plus Odyssey Benchmats. Link to all claims made. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And once again, thanks for watching.